Greetings YouTube and YTPC. I'm Scott and welcome back to the channel. You can see I've retreated here to the library. It's a beautiful but very cold day here in Michigan, early February. I couldn't think of a better place to enjoy a nice bowl of Mac Baron Dark Twist. You can see here. It's been in the cellar since 2019 or so. Has some very nice notes, a nice room note, but also some molasses, dark, rich flavors. I enjoy it. Smoking it today in my Peterson Sherlock Holmes series Bulldog. It's got a nice silver band there. I'm not sure if I've shown this one to you before, but it's a nice smoke. And of course, the pour today is a J. Riddle peated bourbon whiskey from the Two James Distillery here in Detroit. Fun fact, I think it was the first legal distillery to be licensed in Detroit since Prohibition. I do enjoy a good peated whiskey. And I believe I've changed the room around here since the last time I showed you the library, and I'll give you a wider shot here in a second. So the topic of the day, I was enjoying a video yesterday from my YTPC friend Lester. His channel is Redcoat Renaissance. If you haven't followed him, many of you I'm sure do. If you don't, I'll link him down below. He's just got great content. He's located in Switzerland, I believe. But yesterday he was showing some of his Tobacciana collection, and I thought that sounded like a nice thing to do. I steal shamelessly good ideas. I told him I'd give him credit for it, and thought maybe I could give you a tour around the library with some of the things in my collection. I guess right here where I'm sitting, I've got an old antique pedestal style ashtray here, nice and handy. And this table right here is actually an old humidor. I'll give you a better shot of it. The door's around the corner there. I've got one of my pipe racks up here as well. Here's a better look at this old humidor I mentioned. Opens up here. That's where tobacco would have been stored. I use it as a magazine rack and obviously a little side table. My little hedgehog friend here is actually a series of increasingly smaller ashtrays that all stack up nicely. This pipe rack here is a nice old pipe rack that I picked up on eBay. It actually hinges, opens up, and you can put your tobacco there in the top. Over here, of course, is my main pipe rack, but I also have on top of my antique safe that many of you have already seen, I keep this antique pipe cabinet. It's kind of cool. You turn the lock, it unlocks, the top opens up, the doors open up. You see I've got some of my other lighters and stuff here. Place for your tobacco. A couple little pipes I can stick in there. Ashtrays. Drawers. It's a nice little piece. Here's some other fun items I've gathered up over the years. I have a alligator skin antique 3-stick cigar case. I like this a lot. It kind of matches my alligator skin covered antique flask I showed off in one of my previous videos. Another old tin cigar case. Never actually used this one, but it's something from back in the day. I guess they used to carry cigars around in. Here we have my buddy Winston Churchill in a Toby mug. I picked up at my mom's house when she was moving out. I actually have a picture of me sitting in Winston Churchill's chair at the James J. Fox tobacco shop in London. Maybe I'll dig that up and show it to you guys. I think it's the oldest tobacco shop in London. A couple obligatory cigar cutters. This one is kind of a cool little one that I picked up in Belgium, I think. And these are all family. This ashtray here. It's actually a Tiffany and Company ashtray with my grandmother's initials on them, but it predates my grandfather because those are her maiden initials. Also she had these Tiffany silver matchbook holders, also engraved with her initials, and then the matchbook slid in. And believe it or not, when I found these, I also found an original box of the safety matches, Vulcan safety matches. I looked these up. A full box of these, you can still find them. I mean, they're old, but like $50 on eBay. The matches are probably worth more than the Tiffany ashtray. And keeping the family theme, this lighter, also silver, needs to be polished up, is from my grandfather with his initials on them. And then a cigarette case from my great-grandfather with his initials on them. I'm going to have to figure out, I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't use business cards much anymore, but I use it for something. This I've mentioned before, this Prince Albert tobacco can, crimp cut it said, fell out of the roof up on the 3rd floor of the house when I had some renovation going on. The guys were pulling down the boards up there, and this just fell out. So apparently, back in 1924, when the house was being built, some laborer was up there, took his break, made himself a smoke, left the can up there, and we find it almost 100 years later, which I think is kind of cool. Over here are, a couple of lighters, Zippo, of course, an old lighter. I hesitate to even show this one. An old lighter I found in my grandfather's belongings. It's hard to tell. I believe that's a French flag on the left and a Nazi flag on the right. So it looks like it might have been from the Vichy government collaborators back in World War II. Now this is one of my favorite items. It's a bulldog. You notice some bulldog themes in my library, but it's a lighter. Really cool. I really like this a lot. Then I have some antique pipe rests. An elephant one there. As you can see. Holding a birth year Dunhill that I picked up. Here's, keeping with the bulldog theme, bulldog one. Again with my birth year Dunhill in it. I know the stems are a little oxidized, need to work on that. And another elephant ashtray here. I think it's kind of nice. And I just found this at my mom's house too. This bobblehead dude smoking a cigar. His head isn't broken. It's supposed to bobble around like that. And then this ashtray, a future collectible, is one that I actually made. I think I've shown it once before. I'm kind of proud of this one. I'm making a few more. All of this resting on top of my humidor and in front of my Abraham Lincoln signed document here. Well, that's it. Thank you, Lester, for the idea. Please look him up at Redcoats Renaissance. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, hit the like, subscribe, and bell button, and I'll see you again soon here in the arena.